I want to be myself, but at the same time, you got to recognize that your platform is one that other people are looking at and following closely. And I felt like I had a lot of great role models in the game that inspired me to want to be a professional golfer, and it would be really cool to be one of those guys for somebody else. So you obviously got to keep that in mind with everything you do.
The only way is through. When you hear that mantra, and when you heard it for the first time, what came to your mind?
I thought it was awesome. I mean, I think it's cool. For me specifically, coming off of kind of the worst year that I've had, it actually makes a lot of sense too. It's kind of a cool way to approach it for me. For me, the obstacle is the way through. How can I use, shortcomings to actually be advantages going forward? How can I be a more consistent player going forward now that I know what I know about myself and my game?
When people hear golfers say, I love to train, they think about the putting green.
Yeah, right.
They don't necessarily think of Bulgarian squats.
Yeah.
Right? You get after it in the gym. When did that start?
I got really, it started back in kind of the end of high school for me, but I really got serious about how I was doing it and kind of religious with it and created a habit out of it. I want to say maybe 2016 or so, 15 or 16, where I recognized that going forward, a lot of the best players in the world could get hurt doing the wrong thing, so it's not overtraining, but it's just training smart. And that's been kind of the big movement, I think, across all sports in the last couple of years. You have your TB12 method with Brady coming out, and I've done a lot of the stuff for a number of years that he has, the way that he trains, and it's about elasticity. It's about trying to allow yourself to have that flexibility, mobility, to where you can build the strength on top without jeopardizing anything. So I'm not going to look like a linebacker, but I feel like I'm going to be right where I need to be for my sport.
Talk about the other sports. In football, Brady, people think of grit and toughness. They don't think about that in golf, but the mental toughness you need to play the sport. How much work are you doing with yourself on that part of the game?
Yeah, quite a bit. I think mental health is something that's also been something new in the last couple of years. A lot of it just comes from experience. I mean, you have good and bad, your highs and lows, because the ball is always in your hands. I mean, you're the quarterback of every single play. You get the last shot every single Sunday when you have a chance to win. So you're gonna fail, you're gonna succeed. People fail 90% of the time and succeed 10% of the time in golf, and that's the best percentage you can, that's a Hall of Fame percentage. So you wrap your mind around the big picture, you recognize that failure is a part of sport, obstacles get in the way, and you gotta push through them, and you gotta embrace them more than anything. And I think that's kind of been the most interesting thing that I've learned since becoming a professional golfer.